Hey guys, welcome back to Black, White, and the Grays. My name is Kylie Gray. I am just filming this video and I realized we got a big storm coming in behind me. So our storms come in from the southwest here and I got a notification that the lightning is in 11 miles. So this is a bit of a risk. I might get caught out in the rain, and I got my nice camera, but we're gonna take it. My mom found a smoking hot deal. They're kind of stuck with my dad's eye issue. I talked about this. He had his retina detached and they were out working in like Medford, Oregon, and they have to stay down there because it's quite a few thousand feet in elevation, and if he comes up in elevation it could explode the bubble that they had to put in his eye to reattach his retina, and then he'd be permanently blind. But my sister and I went down to visit them. They had some trees for us. The nursery's down there because we're kind of isolated here where we are in Central Oregon, and so things are more expensive because you have to get to us. You basically have to go around all the mountain ranges. So okay, so I'm in my high tunnel and these are my tomatoes. I don't even, yeah. So I did not trellis them, as you can see. They're starting to get a little willy-nilly. They're like more than a little willy-nilly. They are willy-nilly. They're out of control. Like it's like I don't even know what to tell you here. I will tell you that yesterday was, what was yesterday? August something. Mid-August, and I got my first ripe tomato and I'm about to harvest some more. Hello my little friends. I think, oh, that one just popped off in my hand. These have been our first ripe tomatoes, and this is the Glacier variety. It's a determinate variety, so there's two different kinds of tomatoes. There's a determinate and an indeterminate. So the determinate has a determined set amount of feet it'll grow and a certain determined amount of fruit it will bear. So it's really good for short season climates like the one we're in. We're a zone 3-ish, 4-ish with a frost risk all year round. So growing tomatoes in this high tunnel has been very ideal. And I have 2 more. So I have now harvested 4 tomatoes this year, guys. Who's impressed? And there's a bunch more blushing. But this one I'm for sure going to be growing every year. I'll save these seeds. They probably cross-pollinated, obviously. But, hello bee. But because they were my first ones to go, I'm going to keep growing them because obviously the Glacier. I think these seeds came from botanical interests. And yeah, they even beat all my cherry tomatoes. I have a bazillion cherry tomatoes and none of them are ripe except for my Glaciers. So I started all of these tomatoes from seed. There's not a single one in here that is store-bought. I will say my tomatillos I did buy from the store because I didn't know if I like to grow them, but I think I do. Oh, these tomatoes, oh my gosh, I don't know. Here, I gotta put these down. These tomatoes are so freaking gorgeous. Look at how beautiful those are. Like, oh my gosh, they look like a baby watermelon. And my San Marzanos are so loaded that they flopped. They just flopped. Okay, something I started from seed a while ago, but I actually haven't talked to you guys about it because I didn't know if it would do good. And also, I didn't want judgment. I don't, but this huge plant, does anybody know what this is? It is tobacco. I wanted to see if I could grow it for fun. It grows a beautiful flower and I have a lot of flowers coming back on. But I also kind of just wanted to see if I could age my own tobacco. I don't know. I don't even smoke, but why not try it? I have done my research and it's not just like a tea where you can hang it up to dry. You want to age your tobacco properly, and you have to do that over the course of 5 to 6 years. So this is going to take a while, but otherwise it's going to be giving us some beautiful flowers, help the pollinators. There's like 70 million flowers in here, so it's not like that big a deal. I left my mullein in here. It's growing awesome. Mullein is often a weed where we live, but please don't pull it out unless you absolutely have to. I have had to pull it out just because it overtakes an area, but it's so valuable medicinally that do your research before you take it out, or try and save a little bit above it. Even the roots are medicinally, so if you have to pull it out, save those roots. And guys, it's just out of control. I don't even know what to tell you. These are even loaded. All my tomatoes are doing a little sadder down here, and I think it's because the shade cloth stops. This is a shade cloth that I pulled off I got a less shade. It was too high of a shade for our little greenhouse, this is a 40% shade, and I got a 20 or 30 for the greenhouse, the little greenhouse, because it was half in ground. It wasn't getting like, I don't know, it wasn't doing good. But there's like 7,000 dragonflies in here. Our farm name is Dragonfly Station, so it is fitting. So when we bought our high tunnel, normally you can get it with the pack, but they were sold out of shade cloth by the time we got our high tunnel about this time last year. And so I was just like, instead of buying it, it was an additional $600 to $800 or $1,000, somewhere in that range. And instead of purchasing it, I just thought I would use this one. But I wanted to do an experiment to see, and I really think it's helped out. So this one is off Amazon, and it's $80, and I can get the exact same length, and it equals 72 feet. So it's like, I think it works out perfectly. So I'll get another one. Probably, I don't need it this year, but next year I definitely will want it to get it. This is my crazy squash. I have all sorts of things in there. I'm not sure. I think I have a blue Hubbard. I purchased these because I didn't start them on my own. I have like a blue Hubbard. I got some like little cute pumpkins. They're growing. They're slow but surely. My Romas are all coming on good. We had our little garden tour, I don't know, 2 weeks now. And I was like, they're like, wow, you have so many tomatoes. I was like, I know. Did you see how many green ones were in there? And they're like, no, we were scared to walk in on the pathway, which I don't blame them. And over there is even worse. It's so crowded. Funny. Look at that. That is volunteer corn. That is from the chicken feed. So that's just funny because chicken feed, and I'm growing corn that I didn't plant, but I did want to, but that's probably not going to have enough time to grow, although we are going to do some season extension in here starting next week. I got these white PVC pipes from a garage sale a couple years ago for $10 for a bunch of them. We're going to make low tunnels in here, so each row will have its own low tunnel. I'm not going to do the potatoes, hopefully they'll be okay, but I am going to do each of these, and we measured them. We're just going to have to shove the tomatoes and squashes and tomatillos into their own lane, but I think by doing that we can get it well into, I have my friend who did this in her greenhouse where she covered them diligently, and she was still getting harvest well into mid to late October. So I think we can do that as well once we have all the doors closed and all the sides down for fall, and then do another low tunnel. So Elliot Coleman, he's a famous grower of food, market gardener. He says each layer you have gives you like a season and a half, a zone and a half warmer. So if we're a zone, say we're a zone 3, 4, we'll get like a zone 4.5, 5.5 with just the high tunnel. Then add on another one. I like a zone 6. That seems warm and nice for the tomatoes to grow. So yeah, here they are. They're wild, and they're wild ways, people. But I did want to share with you, we had the last video I talked about the class I was having. I did a free garden class. I thought just my parents would show up, and I'm out in row. I better get going, get my tomatoes. I'll yak at you as I go back up to the house, hopefully. We had way more people than I thought we would have. The whole driveway was completely full of cars. We had about 17, 18 people take the class. I had a family friend that came, and she asked me, she was like, oh, Kylie, how'd you know all those people and that came to your class? They're all friends of yours? And I was like, no, like they were all complete strangers. I had never met most of them, no, all of them that came. It was great to meet a lot of you who came out. It was really fun. I hope it was okay. It seems like I got a lot of good feedback the following day from emails and lots of new friends. And so we're actually heading over to some friends tonight, some new friends tonight that came to our garden tour and then our garden class that are new to the area. So we're heading over there today to check out their homestead, and that'll be fun. So I think it was just something that was good to have, and maybe I'll do one in the spring again, just kind of getting the spring garden going. And we had a lot of experienced growers here. It was really fascinating. There was a gal who is going to let me come to her garden next week, I believe, and we're going to go and check out hers, which sounds like she can grow. Well, she showed me the pictures, and I've heard the rumblings around about a old apple tree that just produces and a cherry tree that produces like crazy. And she is in a small town close to us, but it's actually a little bit higher in elevation with frost obviously all summer. And she has grapes growing outside. She has a massive cherry tree. She has a massive apple tree. She's got all these things that we're told that we can't grow, and she's doing it outside with no cover and gets harvest. So I need to go pick her brain and see what she's doing. And like I said, we have a lot of microclimates within our climate, and I think a lot of places do, but when it comes to colder climates, it can really make the difference where it's cold. So we tend to, like I said, we get more snow than the front half of the road we turn in on. It's just a lot of microclimates. I really just hope this storm just pours down, because I haven't watered the garden today, and it's been so hot that it really needs it. These are the trees. I got an Italian plum. Oh, that's our calf. She's being weaned. She's way past due to be weaned, but such is life. She hates me. It's all right. I got 2 cherry trees and a plum, which have been hard to find around here. So there's a little update. I just thought it'd be fun to update you guys. Let's run over to the little garden just for funsies. Hi, Mia. We have not been getting much milk when we've been milking, hence the calf finally getting weaned. Ouch, shystas. Stepped on I'm actually coming out to milk in a couple hours. Well, in like an hour. We haven't been getting much milk. We normally get like 2 gallons with separating our calf at night. And lately, even with separating the calf, I've been barely getting like a half gallon, sometimes 3/4 of a gallon if I'm lucky. And it's really taken me off. So I think since she got bred, she is weaning her calf herself. So her production's going down. So we're gonna bump her up to twice a day milking to see how that goes. And hopefully, I need to be getting some milk and hopefully increase her production. But let's go into the little garden. Okay, well, we're gonna have to make this quick. Oh my gosh, my kale finally is coming up. Praise report. Anyway, got distracted. I grew these, I've had these seeds for 3 years now. Finally grew them. And I got they're hollyhocks. They're not doing the greatest. The black ones are not my favorite. I like the cheerier ones. This kale has taken 20 years. It's finally coming up. Potatoes are almost ready to harvest. They're starting to die off. Sunflowers are just absolutely gorgeous. And the storm is right here. So I don't want to be an idiot out here. We're going in, folks. Beautiful garden. Just a little glimpse for you. That's my favorite view always. So, all right, off we go so we don't get electrocuted. Hopefully my parents get to come home this week. The class, I think, was a hit. Her udder does look fuller right now. I'm eyeballing it. And we got tomatoes. We got all sorts of praise reports. Look at us, guys. I will see you guys in my next video. I had an idea, and if you're still here at the end of the video, pop a comment to see if this would be something you'd want. I go garage sailing with my sister and my mother and one of my cousins on a Saturday. some Saturdays, and I get some really cool things, especially for a homestead life. If you want to see like a garage sale haul, let me know in the comments below. Might be something fun, a little different, but something different might be good. You know what I'm saying? All right, guys, I'll see you on my next video. Thanks for following along. Be sure to subscribe. Bye, guys.